Hey everybody, I'm back with the second video of today where if you watched the first one I was doing the dwarves versus the orcs. Now I'm doing the orcs versus the dwarves. So all that's really changing is me playing them. Like first I played the dwarves, now this time I'm playing the orcs. So it's just kind of show the different perspectives, or the different units I should say, of both armies. Again, this is from the new DLC that's been, well, I'll say new, the newish DLC that was brought out, excuse me, releasing these two new kind of factions to the game. Well, I'll say factions, the two new clans, which first one of Skarsnik of the Orcs, and I always forget his name. Is it Belagar? Bella, maybe? Probably? Maybe? I'm going to look first so I don't look like an idiot. Although I can't seem to... Oh, there he is. Yeah, Belagar. Okay. That's probably a bit more confident. But no, yeah, so as you can see, the kind of deployment for this one was a bit annoying. They kind of just all deployed in this area here, which has made it really difficult for where my men were. They were kind of all in this sort of area here, so it was really far. So I decided to kind of face opposite them so that they had to come this way, and I had a little bit of a height advantage, but they just really stay permanent where they are. Got some cavalry running around the flanks. I've got the squig riders along with the archer goblins on the spiders here. Let's get a pretty good little slow motion capture of them, just running around the flanks here. And again, I've got exactly the same on this side as well. We've got some more squig riders along with some more goblin archers, but these are the regiment of the renowned one. So as you can see, they're a little bit different, a little bit stronger, a little bit better. Not hugely, but I had the points to spare. So that actually brings me on to the next point, where this one is a little bit more points. This one was the ultra setting for the points cost, whereas the last one was large. I'm not a huge fan of the orcs. I've played them, but I always auto-resolve the battles. I never play them myself because I don't really like the play style. I don't really like the kind of just outnumber the enemy. I kind of like to have strong units that can really hold their ground. And the orcs are anything but that. Maybe with the black orcs or the crimson killers, which are blessing my army in this game. I've also got a Ragnarok spider that really is not doing anything at the moment. He's just chilling, or she I should say is just chilling here, mainly because it's actually probably a good thing, because I end up moving my men back this way here, mainly because he's, as you can see, my artillery is really out the way. Now unfortunately I've sent my men here to this area, and they managed to get quite a lot of shots. As you can see, they pretty much destroyed my goblin spiders. They made them rout, but thankfully they came back here, so it wasn't really too much of a problem. It was just annoying that I've already lost half the squad. I wasn't too happy about that. And then now that my artillery has started to fire, you can actually see them starting to move. Now my Ragnarok spider comes to life, starts them to kind of down here. And again, my men, realising that my artillery is so far forward, just send them forward, just to kind of bolster that line, just to push them a bit more as well. Now, as you notice here, the men are all running forward. Now I see this with my cavalry. I do see it over here, sorry, they're running just there. So I get my cavalry to charge these guys, and they foolishly, well, I say foolishly, they decide to shoot them. I mean, personally, I'd have probably seen that and sent my men back, but they don't. They're like, no, you know what, let's shoot them with the artillery, which, because I'm charging uphill, they don't really get very good shots off. Now here, they just start to change target, and I just get a pretty good cavalry charge off. Now, my goblins managed to get a volley or two off before, but I actually turned those on to melee attacks at a range, just to disrupt these cannons from doing what they're supposed to do and supporting their men. And I managed to just pretty much, as you can see, just render them immune, just destroy them. I'm already wavering. Those go down to half health. Those ones are doing a little bit better because they're the legendary version. Now this squad starts to see and shoot them, so I have to send them to counter charge, which unfortunately they kind of break as they get there. I mean, thankfully I've got about, I don't know, 8, 9, like 70,000 orcs here. I don't know, but like, I've just got a lot. Now, as you can see, just as the dwarves start to charge, I notice pulling my archers out, sending my soldiers forward, or soldiers, my melee units forward, just so my archers manage to stay untouched. I also noticed that they pulled this squad of the flame cannons up, so they get a couple of good volleys off, and then my goblin archers see this and just start shooting into them. That apparently happened. I didn't notice that happened in the game. Also, because of all this disruption with the cannons and everything, a lot of their melee units seem to kind of stay back. So Crimson Killers take a lot of archer fire because they're just so far away from the fight. My Ragnarok Spider kind of foolishly leave to kind of take on a couple of squads. Like, they do a lot of damage, they pretty much take those guys down, and those guys down to half health, but in the process she also gets down to half health, which is not very good. So I basically just pull them back, using it to bolster these lines up here where all my generals are. I'm going to get a bit of a cinematic view here if I can. Scarsnick in the heat of battle with the Orc Wizard as well. I'm supposed to be a Goblin Wizard, but you know. So you can see, there's Scarsnick, there's Belagor. I've done a playthrough of this actually, yeah, Belagor. Got Belagor there fighting. They're not fighting each other, but they're in the same kind of fight. Got my Crimson Killers just, you know, pushing through the dwarves. There's a lot of Orc big uns that unfortunately kind of died. Oh no, they ran back, here they are. Now, I kind of foolishly pulled my Ragnarok Spider all the way back. Just to get her out of the fight, and foolishly I leave it there for a good minute or two, and now I just realise, like, hold on, you need to go back in. So send her into this like massive blob of dwarves, just hoping to kind of manage to push through, kind of help my leaders, because as you can see, my Orc Shaman is taking quite a bit of damage. He's doing alright, can manage to cast off a couple of spells, but unfortunately not great. But then, you know, the Ragnarok Queen just charges her way through. Now my cavalry, as much as they've done, they're pretty much gone now. They managed to get back onto the grudge throwers, sorry, and I just managed to get one last charge off before I think these guys root forever, and that's caused them to go. I don't think there was enough of them to use the cannons, but while they were there I just thought I'd get rid of them, stop it completely. Still got my Goblin Spiders. For some reason they decide to start routing. No idea why. Nothing's attacking them. Again, I've got more Squigs over here. Just not really doing a lot. They're pretty much useless at this point. But I've still got these Goblin Archers just wailing into these Quarrelers, I think. Excuse me, hiccups. Yeah, Quarrelers. Fortunately, my Orc Shaman starts to rout. And the dwarves get a pretty good charge off of my Night Goblin archers, which wasn't great. Sorry for the confusion. As I said, I don't normally play orcs, so I'm not used to saying my orcs do this. It's quite unnatural for me. So normally I play as the dwarves or the Empire. So, but no, yes, my dwarves. I've done it again. My Goblin Archers start to rout. They started, then it's a massive chain rout, unfortunately. They do come back. As soon as they kind of line up in that little formation there, they all come back, thankfully. And I'm able to get a couple of charges off of some of my Night Goblins back into the Dwarven units. My Shaman comes back. I think I cast an explosion spell there, and as you can see, I'm about to charge those guys in there, and I kind of realise, don't do that. And then I think, oh yeah, it didn't. Oh, it did hit some of my men, and then I just send them in. I think. No, I didn't. No, I just sent my Orc Shaman in and just sent these guys to bolster this line here because it's. Well, there we go. Scarsnick's just about to die. He doesn't, thankfully. Have I just said that and he dies? No, there he is. Yeah, he's very close to death, but he doesn't. He breaks, but he's all right. My Ragnarok Queen's just kind of chilling. She manages to get a couple of Spiderlings out because I lose a squad, so get some of these dudes coming out. This thing is just terrifying. I mean, just looking that thing in the face. Oh, not a huge fan of spiders, especially when they're like, I don't know, a story or two high. But that was it. Considering this is the first time playing orcs in quite a long time, I felt I did fairly well. I mean, the dwarves still kind of did quite a lot of damage. I mean, but if you look at their artillery, they did nothing really. I mean, 100 kills probably between them all, whereas my Doom Diver got 260 nearly, and you know, that's just one. My other one got 80. That nearly got as many kills as all they did combined. So thankfully, because they didn't really reinforce their artillery, and I did, I was just able to get some really good charges off with my squigs. I mean, my squigs getting 76 and 71 kills. My infantry, unfortunately, not really doing a lot. Didn't really expect them to. They were more just kind of holding the line for everyone else to do the work. Mainly the Doom Divers, apparently with 250 bloody kills. No idea how that happened. It didn't seem that they were doing that much. I thought the Goblin Archers were doing the best, but you know, Crimson Killers getting a pretty good, hefty 75 kills there. But I mean, their MVP would be the these dudes, the Ullix Red Axes, 172 kills. No idea, and I mean, most of them survived. I've got no idea how they managed to do that. I think they probably went up against these guys, maybe not. I don't know. Honestly, I might have to watch out for those. Maybe it was just luck on their half and bad luck on mine, but doing pretty well. But no, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe. If you've got any suggestions or anything like that, please leave it in the comments. Again, this is my second video for a very long time. I do want to improve. I do hope to improve. So if you have any kind of comments, suggestions, anything that would feel that would help, please do say so. You know, I really appreciate that. But if not, I hope you enjoyed it, and peace out.